call this Commissioners meeting to order. Please join us with the pledge. Pledge
Allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
Welcome, everybody. We will begin with minutes from our July 18 meeting. Is there any additions or corrections to those minutes?
Move to approve.
I'll second that.
Okay, we have a motion by Dale, second by Tracy to approve the July 18 minutes. All in favor signify by saying aye.
Aye.
3 ayes, Jane. First up, Public Transit Director, Neisah Wicker is here for claims approval.
Good afternoon, lady and gentlemen. I am here to represent the Fayette County Public Transit as their director. We've got 2 claims we'd like to submit today. One would be for our second quarter claim. We're requesting a total, or actual requesting $117,416. The fare revenue is $8,640. The local share is $32,197. So we're actually requesting $76,579. The other approval we're asking for is for our new bus that we just took into our possession last week. We've got 3 new vehicles now. We've got our 2 new vans, and we now have the bus, which it's a 15-passenger. Pretty. I don't know if you've seen it around town. Have you seen it yet?
I did.
Isn't it pretty? It's nice. It was in the parade too, so you might have seen it in the 4-H parade, pre-fair parade. We're asking for those, for the bus. The total cost of the bus was $117,737. That's $117,737. We'll get back 80% of that, so we're actually asking for approximately $12,237. The federal share is $93,600. The state share is $11,900. So again, we're asking for about $12,237. Those claims, we're just asking for the approval. They haven't been submitted. The claims have been, we're asking for the approval to submit those claims. Jalissa will send them to Jane this week for Dale's signature. Because Todd Jennings hasn't put them in the system as of yet. That's it.
Okay. So right now you're a little ahead of the process.
Well,
But that doesn't hurt anything because if you wait for our next meeting, you might be behind.
true. They sent me over here.
Yeah. Okay, so all total, how many claims do you need approval for today?
2, sir.
Only 2?
Mm-hmm.
Okay, one for 117,416, and the other one for, how much was it?
$76,579 is what I'm requesting from you.
Okay,
The whole total claim of $117,416 is our quarter claim. That's the first one.
So you need approval for the 76,579. I'll move to approve the 76,579.
And do you also need the approval for the bus at the $12,237?
Correct.
So can we just do them both?
Do them both
at the
same time? No, I'll also make that one at 12,237.
And I'll second those 2.
okay. We have a motion by Dale, second by Tracy to approve both claims for public transit, one for $117,416 and the other one for $76,579. Okay. Any further question?
Was that right?
No.
Okay.
The first claim is for the second quarter, which is, we're actually asking for $76,579. And then the other is for the bus,
12,237.
the $12,237.
Okay.
I know I wasn't very clear when I presented that.
So one claim is for $76,579, the other
Correct.
is for $12,237.
Correct.
All right. You get that, Jane?
Yes. And
Any further
again,
questions?
Jalissa will be getting those to you, Jane, for Dale's approval, or signature.
All in
later
favor
this week.
signify by saying aye.
Aye.
3 ayes. That takes care of that.
Hurrah. Is that
Now,
it?
is there anything else you need for this quarter?
No, I don't need anything at this point.
Okay.
I think I've spent plenty of money.
Yeah. You're doing pretty good.
Yeah. That's it.
Have you seen the license plates yet?
No, I haven't.
Okay. Well, the BMV is notoriously slow on these things, so don't worry about it. They'll get here.
I wasn't as worried as the drivers were.
Yeah.
Every day I got a reminder. You know, yeah, I know.
Yeah. Okay. They'll get here.
Okay. We're great.
All right. Thank you very much.
Thank you.
The EMA Director Wade Walling is here. Wade, do you have anything
I
today?
do. Should be on your agenda for a couple of items. Glad to be back. I think I've missed the last 2 meetings for various reasons, training, things like that. But I did want to let you all know that we did apply for the Duke Energy Grant and was awarded $10,000 to buy SCBA. Any leftover funds can be used to purchase equipment that's needed in the EMA office or for response capabilities. And then, I'm not sure, Jane, am I on the agenda under old business for?
I put it at the top now.
Okay, so I wanted a couple, 3 meetings ago, I brought to you guys a request for the incident management team and the Fayette County CERT team, which is a community emergency response team. At the time, we had this discussion, I think you wanted to table it so you could think about it. And today I'm here to ask you guys to approve that so that I can get those teams kind of going and get their training started. As I told you before, right now there's no cost. Everything that I'm going to apply for will be through our LEPC funding to pay for equipment and training for them. So it shouldn't come out of the county budget. But most of the training is free through FEMA, through IDHS. I've already spoken with Chad Grong in Everton, and he's agreed that he can teach some of the CERT program because we have all the documents required to put that training on ourselves for our teams. Again, I want to reiterate with both of these teams, we want a selection process. We don't want people that just volunteer and then take them right in. We want them to have a clean background check. I spoke with Zach, the sheriff, and he's agreed that they should have background checks. So I'll work through him to get those done. And then we want people that have the right aptitude for this position. We don't want people that's coming in thinking they have an authority that they don't have. They're there to help. That's their main function. And the Fayette County Fair is a prime example of where they could be used to help with different things. They could help with traffic management or when we have a major incident or even a house fire or something like that. It would free up our first responders, especially since, our sheriff's department, our fire departments all have limited number of people and apparatus. It could free them up to actually do first responder tasks and put some more of the less meaningful tasks on the volunteers. So, any questions on that?
Yep. How does the liability side work?
So I spoke with Wilson Meyer, is that the insurance? Basically, there is a document. We'll have to roster them. And then there's an addendum that the county would have to sign, showing that they're bringing them onto our workers' compensation plan.
If you're using them to do, let's just say, traffic control at a house fire, if they're using their own private vehicle, if somebody hits them, who's responsible to fix that vehicle?
Well, that would be probably a question for our attorney or
I mean, they're volunteering, right?
correct.
I think it's no different than if you show up at one with your truck right now,
Okay.
which I'm assuming you pay for it, the fire department doesn't.
Right.
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 That would be my thoughts on how insurance would discover that.
Okay. That's all I got.
Tracy, you got anything? No. Wade, I got one quick question.
Yes, sir.
Could this be compared to or referred to as a revival of the old civil defense units?
So if you think in those terms similar, we'll have volunteers like they did back in civil defense. However, the training requirement to be on these teams is way more stringent. It takes quite a bit of time to work through all of those trainings before they're ever going to be able to go out and actually do anything meaningful as a volunteer responder would. So there's quite a few trainings they have to go through, incident command trainings, things like that. So it is similar, but it's more detailed now to encompass the changing and evolving, structures that we face and the challenges that are out there. So.
Well, if they're going to be doing that kind of stuff, I can understand why you couldn't just let anybody and everybody
Correct.
do it.
So you can probably liken it more to a volunteer fire department than the old civil defense days, because volunteer firefighters have to go through an extreme amount of training just to be able to fight fire. And while an emergency volunteer responder working in an incident management team or the CERT team, they're going to be trained at a lower level, yes, but they're there to just help. Let's say we have a tornado go through Fayette County. We need people that can go and make sure houses are empty, not necessarily search the houses, not go into confined spaces, but to make sure, if they hear something, they're saying something to the right people, and they'll work under the authority of the EMA director. So.
Okay. All right then. You need authorization from us to
Yes.
proceed.
I'll move to approve.
I'll second that.
Okay, we have a motion by Dale, second by Tracy to how do you want us to say this, Wade? Approve the establishment of the volunteer teams, or
If you want to phrase it as approve the establishment of the incident management team, the EMA, and the CERT team, the Community Emergency Response Team. That's a
Okay.
mouthful.
yeah. The motion is what he said there, James. I won't even try to repeat it right now.
And do you need a copy of this document, Jamie?
Please. Thank you.
Any further questions? All those in favor signify by saying aye.
Aye.
3 ayes.
All right, the other thing I wanted to let you all know is I'm up at the fair. I have a small booth set up there. I've been talking with fair board members off and on. Things are going very smooth up there from my point of view. But we're handing out, or not handing out, we're having a drawing for weather radios and a small little emergency preparedness bag. So come up, put your name in the drawing, and maybe you'll get a weather radio.
Yeah. Now, before you take off, there's a couple other things we need to take care of. with
Yes,
you.
sir.
Your predecessor was also ADA compliance. officer, I guess, and the civil rights coordinator.
Correct.
You told me through email you would be interested in picking up those responsibilities for us.
Yes.
So, I know that our grant writer, Jolisa Bates, brought that to my attention and said we do need to keep those positions covered and established. So, you want to officially make Wade the ADA compliance officer and the civil rights coordinator.
Move to approve.
I'll second that.
Okay. I have a motion by Dale, second by Tracy, to appoint Wade Walling as ADA compliance officer and civil rights coordinator. All in favor signify by saying aye.
Aye.
There you go.
I'll get busy on that.
That's official. And somewhere in these grants that have to be handled, not only through your position, but other departments, we're required to have those positions covered.
Correct.
And there's paperwork to go with it.
Yep.
Okay.
I'll get working on that right away. I've actually started pre-working on that, so.
Okay. Well, thank you very much.
All right,
Wade.
thank you all.
Okay, Community Corrections, Michele Dudley, your grant awards and audit letters.
Last month, we received the results of our audits back, and there were no findings to report. The only thing, they did make a recommendation per State Board of Accounts that the fund numbers for project income and the fund numbers for the grant, one's 1,100 and one's in the 9,000, that they be switched. They're supposed to be the opposite of what they are. And I think Jolisa had already talked to Jane, and they were going to switch them at the beginning of next year anyway. And they said that's fine. But there was no findings on any of the grants. That would be community corrections, intensive jail treatment, probation, prosecutor's diversion, and drug court. So everything was okay on all 5.
Good.
And July 21st, we received the results back for what's going to be awarded. They did cut grant funds this year, and I went down the list because they put a list out for everybody that applied. 23 counties got their funding cut by a total of $2 million. So that they didn't say what they're going to do with that $2 million. We were cut. Community corrections was not cut. Work release was not cut. Drug court wasn't. Probation lost about $45,000, and prosecutor's diversion remained the same. Jail treatment was cut over $61,000. So our total award this year is $1,012,641. Last year it was like $1.17 million. So hopefully they don't cut any more.
My guess is they had another project somewhere else they was gonna use, they used that money for. They take a little bit from here, a little bit from there, and send it somewhere else.
Well, they changed, the statute changed regarding the name of the, it's not no longer the Indiana Department grants. It's Indiana Department of Correction and JRAC, which is the Judicial Center, and they've been trying to get a hold of it for several years, and I think they're gradually wanting their fingers in it. But there was only one county that got any kind of increase, and it was, I think it was Crawford County, and it was just $600. So the other $2 million, there's no explanation for where it's going or why they did it.
Yeah, okay. All right.
All right,
Is that all on that subject?
yes.
Okay, while you're here, you want to try to fix this hiccup on your retirement date?
Yeah, if we can.
That way, we won't have to call you back in. Who created this mess?
Her.
Perf?
And I actually bought my file with me. I'm notorious for keeping track of everything and recording it. In 2021 statement that they notify you, and this is just since Voya took over. Earliest retirement date, September 1st, 2023. Then 22's comes out in September of 22. Earliest retirement date, 8/1 of 23, and you can see where I've highlighted it, made a note at the top. I called on January 30th and talked to Doug, and I'm like, how can this change? Your retirement date is static, it can't change. Oh yeah, and they blamed it on something, got to them late or something, probably, he didn't research it, from the auditor's office. And I said, so it's 8/1, yeah, it's 8/1. So then Perf sends the email out back in March that Laura Aminette, I don't know if that's how you pronounce it or not, but Laura was going to be in Liberty at the Union County Library if anyone who was approaching retirement wanted to talk to her and go over everything. So I made an appointment, went over, spoke with her, asked her about this discrepancy on these two. Oh no, it's August the 1st. So she goes down everything with me, took all my information, my bank routing number, beneficiary info, all that stuff. And she sent me that same day when I got back to work. I had the email from her that had all of it listed, and it says retirement date, August 1st. So I started trying to get a hold of her like around the 18th or 19th of July. And her voicemail said that she was out for a week and then she'd be back in the office. So I thought, rather than take a chance, I'm going to go ahead and shoot her an email so I got documented proof that I inquired. So I asked her then, is everything set for August the 1st? And it took her 2 or 3 days to get back to me, and when she did, all this happened last week, started last Monday. She said, yeah, your paperwork's ready to file, but you'll have to work in August, but your retirement date can't be till September 1st. Well, then I tried to get back a hold of her and she didn't reply, so I called the number for Perf, which isn't Perf, it's Voya, and Voya can't help you when it has to do with your retirement, only your annuity. I went to the website and tried to look, so I finally got through to Voya, and Queenie at Voya transferred me to benefits at the call center for Perf. And I talked to Sabrina, and she tells me, oh, yours is October 1st. And I'm like, how can it keep changing? So she got into my account and logged in and pulled up these two where it had 8/1 and 9/1. She said there were so many notes on my account that, can I put you on hold while I review everything? And I said, yeah. So she did, and she came back and she said, evidently this Laura person, because I didn't have my 15 in to lock, said she must have filed my paperwork as a disability, which I wouldn't even have qualified for by time limits or health status. So then she said on July the 23rd that my actual retirement paper got submitted, and that was on a Sunday. The date she gave me was on a Sunday. So I think Laura must have sent something in after she got my voicemail and my text message. So I've talked to Sabrina a couple times after that and via email with Laura. And the closest I'm getting now is it's September 1st, which I said if I stay till September, I'm four weeks out from accruing my vacation. I mean, I was planning on leaving like 3 months prior. And it's at least 3 months to get your first check. And you have to notify them by prior to the last day of the month. So I only had till yesterday. And even if I notify them today, it still drags it out another 30 days.
Yeah, well, long story short then, you guys had a meeting on this, right?
The meeting we had couldn't be formal based on circumstances so we just had discussion. We didn't do anything yesterday with the meeting because it should have been an advertised meeting and it wasn't. So we didn't do anything yesterday. Michele just shared basically what she's just shared with
Okay.
us.
So then, we've already, your replacement over there takes the helm tomorrow. So in order for you to be able to retire, we need to keep you as an employee for another 30 days. Now, you're using up vacation, using up vacation time and sick days and holidays and stuff now.
Vacation, what I wanted to do is to work, I can work 2 days a week and use 2 days vacation every week to get me to the first week of October and then leave. I've got 200 hours of vacation time right now. October 4th, I'll hit another 200 hours. And I mean, if I work 11 months, I don't want to leave that 4 weeks early when I would have had another 200 hours coming.
What's so special about October 1st?
4th, that's my anniversary date. I know a lot of the offices changed the vacation at the first of the year in January. Everybody's vacation resets, for lack of a better word. I've always went by what the handbook says, your anniversary date. My anniversary date for employment is October 4th, 1986.
But we already had documented. What we need to fix really is your retirement date, because we had that down as August 1st. So that's the fix really. And then we've already hired, your position's already been hired starting tomorrow as executive director for Steve Bills. So really it's a controversial thing for us to think of having 2 executive directors with you. We would have to backtrack on our decision for Steve then. That's what you're asking. So.
We both, you know that Steve and I both talked and he's fine with whatever.
Well, you can't have 2 directors.
And officially, I mean, today was going to be your last day, and that's also documented. And we want to say, I personally want to say publicly, thank you, because this was supposed to have been a day of celebration for you too. It's kind of all of this misunderstanding with Perf or all these other people. I hate it, and I hope that no one else has to go through any of this, because it's really not been, you have documentation to prove what's happened, so that's good that you have that. And we want to make sure that when you retire, you're retiring with full benefits. So I do think that the office did verify also, from my understanding, that September 1st is the date that's been given as your official date for full benefits. So we want to make sure we do that, to take care of that. And I do also think, based on, I guess, for what's best for the county and all the decisions that are going to be needing to be made in the next couple of months, it might be a little bit of a controversial thing that could come up. I know you and Steve work well together and you have for years, but as I guess, in my opinion, I'm just sharing right now, I feel like it'd be best if we would allow you to go ahead and retire as of September 1st, and that we could utilize your days, and that you would be able to have a good finish here and not be this kind of awkwardness with being in the office with someone who's really going to be considered as your boss. Because officially Steve will be assuming the role as executive director as of tomorrow. So that would be an awkward position. I'm just sharing. You guys say what you want to say, but that would be what I would feel about it.
I'm thinking
Well, when we done what we've done so far, nobody saw anything like this on the horizon. So we're not blaming you for the snafu with perf. But and you currently have vacation to use up the rest of this month, right?
Yeah,
Okay.
but your perf date is the last day you actually work, not vacation days. You have to actually come in and work
For
that
one
last
day.
day.
Okay, well, that shouldn't be a problem for one day.
Or we could waive that. We can waive that one day for her also.
Can't? Okay. Oh, I don't care.
I mean, I feel like I don't want to make her be, it's been a stressful enough situation, so I just feel like that, what do you think? You said you were thinking.
you've got enough vacation to take you from today till September 1st, right?
Yep. I just wanted to get my other accrued vacation that would have been accruing it in 4 weeks.
Now on that, if I understand it right, we would be setting or endorsing a precedent that we would probably regret down the road.
I asked Jane about it, and others have done the same as far as staying. She had their names, which I'm not going to say.
It's not likely though that they did it with the full knowledge and cooperation of the commissioners. If they plan out their date, if they plan out their retirement date like that, that's one thing. But
Had Perf not made the mistake, I would have planned mine ahead of time, but, Perf, everything that, they sent me had date 1 outside of that in 2021.
well, it sounds like you're stuck with the 9/1 date.
Did you have anything else you were gonna share? Or?
Right now, I can see both sides of the problem.
I can too.
And what's a good fix, I don't know.
I think at this meeting today, I feel the need to just move forward with, based on correspondence that we have, with what we've already agreed to with August 1st, Steve Ville's official starting date tomorrow. I think in the best interest of Fayette County and also community corrections and all that's involved here, I would say we would go ahead and move for the September 1st official retirement date, and that we waive her having to come in and work on that date. And that we just so move that Steve would be the executive director starting tomorrow. That this could officially be as planned Michelle's last day. That way she still gets her September 1st date for her retirement. So she keeps her full benefits that way. So I guess all of that can be made a motion of some kind. That's what I sense we should do. I don't know if you agree with it or not. But I'll say that's a motion.
Sounds like a simple solution. That way we don't have to put the new director on hold for anything. It allows Michele to retire with her full benefits. You need to put
Yes.
that in the form of a motion?
Yes, I'll
Okay.
make that a motion.
All right. Is there a second to the motion? I'll put that question out. I will second the motion if he won't. I don't know what the problem is here with it. Okay, we have a motion by Tracy, seconded by me, to approve the revised retirement date for Michele Dudley to September 1st. And note that the newly appointed director, Steve Bills, will assume those duties tomorrow. And that we can and will officially waive the requirement for Michele Dudley to work another day during August before her retirement date. Is there anything else we need to add to that? Okay, that is the motion. And a second. Is there any further question or discussion?
Have we done everything, Jeff? We should probably make sure that you haven't left anything.
I think that covers it all.
Okay.
Okay. All those in favor signify by saying aye.
Aye.
Aye. All those opposed?
Aye.
Okay. Motion passes 2-1. Thank you all very much. Who's next up now? Highway Department. Jay Havlin. Jay, do you have anything?
We've got the paver back going, we've got it out on the road today. We were gonna start with it yesterday, but it didn't have enough people there to start. And I was short too many truck drivers.
Absenteeism?
That happens during fair week, there's much you can do about it.
Okay.
They actually got cans on this side of the county get done, and they got the one on 400 North done, and they're over there starting on 550. I don't know how far they'll get, but we'll pick it up tomorrow.
Okay.
And we had the brush cutter out, and we had some problems with it. We've got it back in and checked it out, made sure hoses coming loose and stuff like that. But we figured out with the swivels on the fittings for the hoses, when you're going down the road, if the hose bounces, it's going to lose the fitting. And we've had a couple of them on the front end do that, but we've got it figured out how to tie them down and not let them wiggle as much as they do. Aside from that, it works great. It's just little things we have to get used to.
Okay, good.
And I've got some, I got 3 copies of this here. I had Lance sign them, but he wanted a copy for himself.
Okay, this will be the first one of these we've had, isn't it?
Yeah, I haven't done anything with Darren yet, because he's working out real well the way he's going in the garage, so we'll let him sit for a while, let him keep working. I hate to pull anybody off the job when they're doing a good job.
Yeah. Okay, do you need us to sign a copy of this?
Yeah, 'cause he wants a copy for himself, and I figured James would want a copy of it.
Okay. Are you two okay with putting your names on this? We can do that right now, and
Do you need a motion?
if you want to do it that way.
Or do we need to? It don't matter to me.
Yeah, this is just between us and this one employee.
Yeah, that's why I didn't know if it needed to be or not.
I don't think so, but you can if you want to.
Go ahead.
Okay, as long as we're in agreement on it. You sign your copies, hand them back. I'll pass this one down, and everybody will get their copy.
Where the next one is.
Okay, here's your 3 signed copies.
Well, you want one of them, James?
Yes.
Okay.
Thank you.
And we bought enough change to do both sides of the paver, but we only did the one side so we get it back on the road quicker. We did a pretty good job getting it put in there the way it was, heavy everything was, because the change alone weighed almost 700 pounds. That's just for one set. Then you have to put the bars across it and all the other stuff. They got it up on there.
Oh, good.
But we watched the other side, we tightened everything up, made sure everything's going. It's out there using it today, and it's doing a good job, so we'll go from there.
All right. Anybody got anything else for Jay? Thanks, Jay.
No problem.
Sheriff Jones is here. Sheriff, do you have anything?
Yes, sir. I finally got the quote from the insurance about our truck that was totaled. And I guess they just needed an approval on this. So looks like the net settlement is close to $14,000. It was a 2013 Dodge. So we took all the equipment off of it, and the insurance was going to pay for it to be reinstalled into the next vehicle we get. And I got a quote from Perry Graphics, Kevin Perry here in the city. He does it for us, and he gave us a quote of $1,000 to reinstall all the equipment. So with the deductible and everything else, it's close to $14,000 replacement cost.
You just need a motion to accept this?
Yeah, they just need me to, I don't want to accept it since it's your guys' vehicle, so.
I'll move to accept the $13,967.
Do you need us to add that 1,000 to this, that the cost is gonna be to, or is
No,
that
we
something
use-
separate?
We
Okay,
just, we normally pull it all out of the vehicle
Okay.
budget anyway.
I'll second that.
Okay, we have a motion by Dale, second by Tracy, to approve the insurance settlement for the damaged sheriff's vehicle for $13,967. Is there any further question or discussion? All in favor signify by saying aye.
Right.
3 ayes. There you go.
All right, and then with this money is, we have a truck still being built somewhere down in Mexico, I guess. Ryckman's is hoping it shows up in the next month or two, but you never know. But with this money, can we shop around and maybe try to find a used vehicle? I plan on probably putting my chief deputy in, if we can find something for this price range, put him in that, and then outfit his Ram for the deputy that crashed this one, because he's in a Impala right now. That's about a 2006 Impala. It's a struggle.
Okay, you're gonna shop around and see what you can
Yeah.
find? All right.
If I get just permission to, I guess, spend this money on something.
I'll move to approve the 13,967 to shop around.
I'll second.
Okay.
For a vehicle.
Motion by Dale, second by Tracy, to authorize the sheriff to use this settlement, insurance settlement payment to find a replacement vehicle if possible. All in favor signify by saying aye. Three ayes, Jane. All right, good luck.
That's it. Any questions or anything?
Anybody got anything for the sheriff? We're gonna do you a favor and not put you on the spot today.
Appreciate it.
Okay.
Thank you.
Surveyor Bill Mackey. Bill, do you have anything
Yeah, I just wanted
going
to-
to do?
I sent out request for proposals for our next countywide bridge inspection for 2024 to 2027. And I got 6 responses from 6 firms. So this, each of you get all 6 booklets that they sent. And what we do is we'll look over them and everything, and then in a couple weeks or whatever, we'll, have you done a scoring before?
Yes.
On anything?
think
I thought you did. I knew the other 2 have. So we'll do a scoring in 2 or 3 weeks, whatever you think, I'll get all the stuff together, and then we'll do that. That's the 6 firms that responded in time that are interested in doing it. So yeah, if you want to look them over on your time, and then we'll get together and, or individually, being you, whatever. I'll give them to you, each score, and bring them back, however you want to do it.
And when do you need this done?
Oh, well, there's no timeline. I figured in a couple, 3 weeks, we can, I'll get you all the paperwork, and then you can fill them out on your time and stuff and everything, so.
All right.
Yeah. All right.
All right, I'll be stopping in before long. Is that all you had?
Yeah, that's it. That's it.
Okay. Which reminds me, you and Jay both, at our last meeting, we talked about that box culvert up there, and what was it, 700 north?
750. Did you end up closing it?
No, I didn't have closing. It's not moving that much, it'll be all right. I can lay a plate on it, but it looks like it's gonna be a problem.
Okay,
We
well,
got those metal plates we use.
what was the resolution there? Did you decide to do anything at all?
He said he's gonna get
Oh,
order.
I've already ordered a pipe
Waiting
arch.
on them to come in.
Yeah, I've already ordered a pipe arch
All
to
right.
replace it. I'm gonna try to get it done this fall.
We'll keep an eye on it, if it looks like it's gonna cause a problem, then we'll close the road.
Okay. I just happen to remember that. County Attorney, do you have anything?
I do not.
Okay. Mr. Parker's here. Mr. Parker, do you have anything you wanted to bring to the commissioners?
Good afternoon, Commissioners. I just wanted to beat the drum one more time for your benefit and for the benefit of the viewing audience that watch these proceedings. The attraction project that we have won for Connersville with Nova Chemicals and Novalex is going to be a huge blessing for our community. The job creation, and I believe that it will impact, our hope is, and indications look like it will work this way, that there will be ancillary businesses that will also be attracted to Connersville because of their locating. little bit of time with the leadership Friday afternoon, and very impressive culture for their employees. I was impressed with what I heard, and I just wanted to relay that to you and also for the community. They've got quite a bit of work to do as far as the build out inside the building. If you haven't already looked at the press release, I encourage you to do so. You can find it at Nova Chemicals or Novalex, either one, which shows, it would show the public pictures of the inside of the old Ford plant. It would show the new roof that's been installed, the new paint job on it. The interior photos show the all a completely different look from what it was, Neil, when you were there, with the mezzanine being on, LED motion sensitive lights throughout the whole building, completely painted inside. It looks like a brand new building, and for all intent and purposes, it is. So with Phoenix buying the building and investing in the rehabbing the building, and then Novalex coming here for Nova Chemicals. It's confusing because I got the word Nova at the beginning of both of these company names. Company A is hired Company B to do the work for them. Nova Chemicals has hired Novalex to do the work. So it'll be a great blessing for Fayette County and for the whole region, for that matter. So I wanted to mention that, and also thank the commissioners for your support for economic development in Fayette County. It means a lot. I know you're in the month of, I think it's the month of budgets and so forth. We would hope that we can go forward as strong as we have been in the past with the support of the commissioners, Fayette County government. It's very important for the future, and I think that there's going to be some great things happening in Contra over the next couple of years, based on what I see and what I hear. There's some good things coming. Any questions for me, commissioners?
Was it 700 that's going to employ there at that? I was trying to remember what I read originally.
No, the original deal is for 125 employees. As I said, there's some ancillary businesses that are also looking. I can't really say a lot more than that.
Okay.
And there would be good paying jobs, and these jobs will be good paying jobs, becoming considerably higher than the average for Fayette County. So that'll be good for us. It'll be good for the whole community. It'll be good for the region. And so I look for this thing to grow beyond where they're at. I really do, based on what I hear. Novalex, 10,000 employees worldwide. I don't know the employee count for Nova Chemical. They're in Canada. Novalex, I believe, is centered headquartered in Pittsburgh. And big, successful companies. Nothing else. Thank you very much.
That's all good
Thank
news,
you.
Dan.
Thank you.
Okay, anyone have anything, any mail you need to share? Okay, I've got one for you. Got an email from Eric Hopkins, and on behalf of the Fayette County Ministerial Association, he's requesting permission to have a 911 service and prayer vigil on September 11th at noon out here on the courthouse lawn. And he's asking for permission to use our lawns for that.
Yeah, second that. That's
Okay.
good.
We have a motion by Dale, second by Tracy, to allow the Fayette County Ministerial Association to have the front lawn of the courthouse on September the 11th noon for a special service. All in favor signify by saying aye.
Aye.
3 ayes. That's all under mail that I have. Do you have any old business? Under new business, we have a renewal for our agreement between Malcron and the county for the cost allocation plan. Right here.
Move to approve.
I'll second that.
Did you second?
I did second it.
Got a motion by Dale, second by Tracy, to approve the contract renewal Malcron. All in favor signify by saying aye.
Aye.
3 ayes. Also, the Fayette County Tourism Bureau had bought two, I saw a picture of them, but I understand they're pretty nice, two brochure racks. One for the museum and one for the courthouse. Now, one for the courthouse is still in the box out here in the hallway. Hasn't been unboxed yet. But if we want to give them permission to place it here, we'll unbox it and install it here. So,
What are they wanting to put in there? Like what kind of brochures?
any brochure that advertises for anybody locally, especially anything to do with attracting tourism.
Okay.
There'd be railroad brochures, museum brochures, brochures. You know, a lot of people put out brochures, and the Arts Association, anybody that has brochures that are for the public, then they will place them there.
Is there any special place they want to put it, or can we pick that?
I guess that would be our decision. Most of the traffic comes in and out these doors out here. I would think out here somewhere would be sufficient. That little wire rack that stands up that men using out there, it doesn't draw much attention, and it's kind of inadequate. You know, stuff falls out of it and everything, so they've ordered 2 new ones.
I'll make a motion that we approve that rack, little brochure rack from the tourism board to be placed in our courthouse.
Second.
Okay. We have a motion by Tracy, second by Dale, to accept and place the brochure rack in the courthouse hallway provided by the Fayette County Tourism Bureau. All in favor signify by saying aye.
Aye.
3 ayes. Do you have anything else under new business? Okay. Is there any patron concerns? Anybody got anything on their mind today? Okay.
I have had someone ask me about where we are with that bench. Where are we at on the bench for Mark Nobby, the memorial?
We haven't done anything yet. I took that catalog out. I took it home and left it there. If I had it back here right now, after the meeting, we'd open it up and look at our options. We need to do that right away.
So maybe we'll make a point before our next
Yeah.
meeting to be able to announce something.
Yeah, okay. Anything else?
I think that's it.
That, all that leaves is claims and payroll.
Move to approve.
Second that.
Yeah. I got a motion by Dale, second by Tracy to approve claims and payroll. All in favor signify by saying aye.
Aye.
Hey, Dean, can I see you before you leave, please? If you got time.
This Malcron thing only needs one signature. And I'll leave that till Jane, you decide how the order of things they want there. Can you explain to me why that when I go to the fair, I have to walk everywhere I go, and you're riding around on a golf cart like a big shot?
You're not as talented as me. That took years of skill to get there.
Hey, Dale, will we bring you the one up in the Howard Garage?
Yeah, that'd make them mad, wouldn't it?
Didn't take long.
Kind of short this time.
Look at the next one.
Yeah, so we get them all signed.
That concludes our agenda, unless we're forgetting something.
Make a motion to adjourn.
Second.
Okay, we have a motion by Tracy, a second by Dale to adjourn. All in favor, signify by saying aye.
All right.
We're adjourned. Thank you all very much.